and welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today is Collage Thursday. So, into our book. Oh yeah, this was last week's, wasn't it? Big Jewel and the gates. And that was week 38. And in here, for week 39, something rough. Alright, let's move all this. Right, well I've got this. Now, you wouldn't necessarily normally consider this rough, I wouldn't have thought. But this is a napkin that has been stamped and then PVA'd to make it more like fabric. But the undulations on there are much more rough than smooth. So that's my piece of rough. Something that came in the mail. Right, well, I've got postcards. These are from Happiness and Crafting Kit. These obviously haven't actually been in the mail, I don't believe. These are just a digi-kit. But they do go in the mail. These stamps have definitely been in the mail, so I've got those two items. Something that's dark. Well, I've got a piece of black card here. It's pretty dark. Money. Well, I've been on the internet and I've downloaded a 10-shilling note. There's a £10 note that I remember, and then the new modern £10 note. I thought it might be quite nice to have the three, all 10s in a comparison. And a chair. Well, I've got this leather chair. Ignore that. That was something that I wanted for something else. And I just thought while I was printing, I would add it onto the page. Because as I told you yesterday, I am working on Christmas at the moment as well. So we'll pull that out of the way. So these are my items. So let's try and work out how we're going to set about laying out this page using the items that we've got. Well, in my mind, I thought it would be nice to have like a big black strip, something like that. Maybe this overlapping it a little bit like that. And then I thought maybe we could actually, do you know what, I'm going to use a metal ruler for that. It's probably going to get me a much straighter line than me cutting with scissors. So, and obviously these are printed so small there's no way they could ever be passed off as money. In fact, these two items are no longer in circulation anyway, so they definitely couldn't be passed off as money. I trust everybody's happy, safe and well. I'm coming to you today from a very bright and sunny Kent. Sun is streaming through the windows. I wouldn't say the temperature of the day matches the level of sun. I mean, when I got up this morning at about 5 o'clock, we've discussed many times before what an early riser I am. The heating was on. So yeah, it's not as warm as it looks, that's for sure. I don't know if it will warm up as the day goes on. I suppose only time will tell. So yeah, I've got lots of different projects going on at the moment. I'm working on the end of year journal that I'm doing in my Facebook group. I'm also working on Christmas, the first of my set of Christmas journals. And I am also working on a fabric journal, so busy bee. And of course we are nearly on the 1st of the month, which means it will be time for design team projects and the new swap over at Treasure Page, which I do every month. So yeah, busy old time, but I like to be busy. As my grandma would say, being busy keeps you out of trouble. I don't know that it keeps me out of trouble, but it certainly, you know, keeps your mind active and doing stuff. I'm thinking that when I've done my video today, I might have a quick tidy round, and then I might, oh, I've done that badly, I might go and get the food shop. I usually do it on Friday with my daughter, as you know. My daughter and my granddaughter, we usually go as a happy threesome and get the food for both households. But my daughter's got a wedding this weekend, and my granddaughter is a bridesmaid at the wedding, so she's busy doing last minute bits for her friend for the wedding, so she's not going to be shopping this week. So I might just go today on my own, get it out of the way, leave me a full free day of crafting tomorrow. I'm going to cut these crossbars off just because they're going to be far too fiddly for me to faff around with this morning. Some days you don't feel like faffing, so I'm going to just cut those middle bars off and pretend they were never there, just like that. Just like that. Oh, don't, we're back on Tommy Cooper, aren't we? We did that the other week. So yeah, that's it really. That's what's happening with me. If we revert back to something I haven't done in a while, we used to do stories when I was doing these collages on a Thursday, and cutting this chair out reminds me that my youngest daughter's husband has a bit of an obsession with me and chairs. Now, I know that sounds really weird, let me explain. He hadn't long been on the scene. He and my daughter were quite a new relationship at the time, and he was there one evening for dinner, and we'd all sat around the table, we were all having dinner and chatting as you do, and all of a sudden I was on the floor. Literally, this chair leg just went, the chair went down and I went down, and I was under the table. Fortunately I didn't hurt myself, it wasn't a major problem, but it has remained a long-standing joke that wherever we go, if he is present, he tests all the chairs in a really dramatic, theatrical way before I'm allowed to sit down. Oh dear. Not helped much by the fact that we were out for a picnic once. I might have told you this bit. And we were sitting on one of those very sort of traditional wooden picnic benches. You often see them in pub gardens and things here in the UK, where you have it's like a sort of triangle trestle, but the seats either side are attached to it. I'm sure you know what I mean. And we were all sitting around that. Again, eating and chatting. We're always eating and chatting. Mind you, it's a good thing to do, I think. And for some reason, I cannot tell you. I have no idea. I don't think I knew then, let alone all this time on. I leant backwards. And in leaning backwards, I fell off of the bench. But because those benches are attached to the table, legs and top, my legs got like stuck under the table. So there I was. I'd fallen off, but my legs were stuck and I was just like flapping around in the wind. So there you go, that was hysterics again. Goodness me. I'm a wonder, I really am. You know, what is it they say? You have to visit a place twice if you go with Claire. The first time as an experience, the second time to apologise. Because I have a knack of doing the bizarre. And it's one of those things, you know what it's like? There's always someone looking. Always someone looking. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's see how we can get on with this. I'm feeling like I would like it torn, so I'm going to do my torn edge. So we just take a little tiny bit off the top there, and we're going to put that not quite to the top because I'd like to see a little bit of white there, and then we come to about there. Oh dear. It's a miracle, really, when I think of all the things like that that I've done, because I have been a bit of a, crazy case, shall we say. I remember leapfrogging over concrete bollards in Hythe High Street some years ago now. Yes, wine had been involved. Anyway, it's a miracle I've not broken anything, to be honest. Yeah, plenty of scrapes and, the odd bruise. Never actually managed to break anything for some reason. And yet hubby literally slid off of, the little white, well, not always white, but the little sort of triangular seal at the bottom of your doorstep. Door frame, not doorstep. Hubby fell off of one of those. Well, slid. He didn't fall. I mean, it's only, I don't know, 3 inches off the ground or something, isn't it? It's not something you fall off of. Whilst at a client's house, and actually broke his foot. Now that's totally wonky, isn't it? Goodness me, I'm a nightmare. Can we try that again? Okay, stop talking and try and get your work straight. Oh yeah, crazy. But there you go. I suppose I'm just gifted. Or get-fed. Whichever way you'd like to say it. Right. For some reason I'm having trouble with my glue today. I know we always moan about glue stick, but it is what it is. Okay, so there's my black piece. I'm thinking this will overseat like that. I'm thinking my money should go almost like a fanned cards, like that. Oh, I can't get them under the black now because I've stuck it down. That was a bit silly. Do they come further down so we can see all of them? They could come there like that. That could go underneath like so. I'm thinking the chair could sort of go on top. You do semi lose the black leg on the black, but I think I can live with that, as they say. That will go there. And then I'm thinking maybe postcard. And then the 3 little ones. I wanted that blue one just to tie in a bit of the blue, otherwise it looks like it's sort of there on its own. And then, oh, I've just realised I've got cake in the oven. I can smell it. It must be nearly ready. Now, it's interesting. Look, that goes that way and that one goes that way. How different people put different stamps on. And I'm wondering if they would go up there. And for some reason they're all twos. It's very odd, isn't it? It's not a single. They're all twos. This one's got brown paper underneath and it's got a turned up end. That's quite nice. So maybe put that one there. I feel like there's a big hole there that I need to do something with. Shall we maybe bring back a bit more of our black like that, and then maybe put our stamps across there? Yeah, I like that actually. Right, we need to think about the layers that we're sticking these down in, and the fact that I want to have a rough edge where we can see, and I can't remember which bits we're going to see now, so I think I'm going to take all of the edges off, so they're all crinkled, and then we'll work from there. Okay, so do I want any ink in? No, I don't think I do want ink in today. So let's start with our postcard. So we'll start with this postcard, and of course I shouldn't be gluing on my work, but hey ho. I'm sorry if you can hear hubby chatting in the background. He's obviously working. It's a work day, and somebody's obviously just rung him, so he's got to deal with it. Right, I think he's shut the door, so we probably won't hear as much now. Right, and then we come down, don't we, like a bit of an ice cube. It's weird how it's torn, like so. Are many of you doing this weekly collage challenge? Either because you've seen me do it, or because you are already doing it anyway. Are you doing it off your own back with maybe different subject matter? Or are you, it was there I think, wasn't it? Or are you doing the actual Marguerite Miller one? Doesn't matter, I'm just being nosy really, I'm just curious. I watched a video by Rachel and Bella Crafts the other day, and actually, have I got that the right way round, or was it a Bella? Anyway, a Rachel and Bella Crafts video the other day, and she sounded quite distraught. She felt like she wasn't getting, you know, a lot of response to her channel, and whether, you know, she was technically wasting her time. And it's really interesting, you know, because you don't, as a viewer, a sole viewer, you don't necessarily appreciate the time and effort goes in to making videos. And not only the time and effort that goes into making them, but also the fact that you sort of put yourself out there for condemnation as well as praise. And very often there is more condemnation than praise. People can be very unnice, should we say. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but the point that I was going to make from her video was not only that she sounded a little bit sad and was wondering whether to bother carrying on almost, which I must admit I can semi-understand. Anyway, I don't think I'll ever give up, even if I end up getting one single view or even 0 views per video, because it just keeps me sane, to be honest. It keeps me at hubby's hair. It makes me feel like I'm tearing up and gluing down bits of paper for a reason, rather than just because I'm a bit crazy old lady and all that. But see, now I've obviously done this differently because you can hardly see that black bit now. Oh well, does it matter? Right, let's put the chair on next, because the chair is quite big and bulky and I'd like it off of the black a bit. So go up the seat. Anyway, the point that I was going to make about her watching her video was that a lot of people don't seem to fully appreciate that a simple click of the thumbs up button or a one-word comment really does shake up the YouTube algorithm, and it really helps get your videos seen, because obviously the more likes and comments that a video gets, the more YouTube thinks, oh, that's popular, that's what people want to see, and therefore it sort of flashes it up as a recommendation. I know that because of, you know, the comments that I do or don't get, and the not odd, but the new people that suddenly appear after a video has had a lot of comments, because YouTube's obviously popped it around as a bit more of a recommended. So all I was going to say about it was, if you've got a maker that you love to watch, you know, make sure that when you see a video of theirs that you do either comment or click the like button, whatever, because it does make a difference to their viewings. I'm stuck now, look, I don't know what to do with these stamps. I think actually they belong there on the black, don't they? Which is probably why that black was originally out further. Oh well, it is what it is. I suppose I could put it there. We could have both of them, couldn't we? We could have the one that goes across down here on the bottom. Yes, so if you've got somebody, you know, a favourite maker or two that you like to watch, then just, you know, be mindful of the algorithm. Give them a little thumbs up. You don't even have to spend the time to type a comment, although I personally love to read comments, as I think most makers do. So if you have got the time, then obviously you could pop a comment on as well. But yeah, a simple click of the thumbs up will do it. I was looking for a single one, and look, the single one's for it. Just I thought I would pop up there, so we've got that curve of stamps. Like So, and I think I quite like that. Let's have a little step back and look at that. Yeah, it looks quite brown, but we got the double up of the blue. We got the red and orangey of the £10 notes and 10-shilling note. And yeah, I like it. That works for me, as they say. Right, just seal this back up so I don't lose any of these all over the floor, because then Boo will eat them and that'll be the end of it. Talking of Boo eating things, goodness me. Oh, there's my cake. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to get the cake out the oven. Smelling awesome. I dare say it will be 11 o'clock tea and cake in a little while. Talking of Boo eating things, goodness me, we were sitting watching the television last night. Don't know if anyone else saw it. We watched that 9 Perfect Strangers, or 9 Strangers, about people going to a spa. It's looking like it might be good. It's got some big names in it, and yeah, that was only just the first one at an hour long, but I'm definitely looking forward to watching next week's and hoping that it's gonna pan out nicely. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, we're sitting there watching that last night, and all of a sudden I hear crunch, 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 and I'm thinking, what has that dog got? Because obviously I know that the biscuits in her bowl are soft. She has like the soft meaty chunks, not the crunchy ones. And I get up and find that I've obviously dropped a bead, and she's chomped a bead into lots of little pieces. I don't know how much of it I picked up or how much she swallowed, so now we have to wait and hope that if she did swallow any, it's travelled through nicely and not caused an injury. Goodness me, this dog. I tell you, worry more about the dog than the children lately. So there you go. I've just got a little issue with my 10-shilling note here. I don't remember these. I don't remember these, but I definitely remember these, and obviously this is current, so there you go. There's my page for this week. I hope you've enjoyed chit chat and crafted. Stay safe. I'll be back very soon. Bye bye for now.